Good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Monday, January 13th, 2025. I, of course, am here with your daily mortgage rate update, the only place on the web where you guys get to join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, broadcasted to you on Facebook and on YouTube. If you are here this morning, say good morning. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget, give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. Let Facebook and YouTube know that you were here. Don't forget to smash that like button, tag an hello friend, share this post in a group. Let's go ahead and say hi to the live folks. Right now, it's only 3 of you on, so make sure you say hello, because otherwise I want anyone to say hi to. We got Colin Jordan on. Good morning, sir. Monica Dinkins, great to have you here. Hope you all are doing well. Everyone having a tough time getting out this morning? I don't know. It's quiet. But the text message just went out, so usually it rolls in. Well, I get to tell you what, I'll go over the other stuff in the meantime while we wait for a few more people to come in, and then I'm just gonna roll with it anyway. Good morning, Mallory Fotiadis. So remember, you can sign up for our Rate Lock Advice, www.ratelockadvice.com. You can also sign up for our text alerts, www.ratetextalerts.com. And these, I'm going to put these under a new umbrella. They're not going to be under, they never really formally been, they've never really been branded to Originator Success, but they're not going to be. And they're going to be, I think I'm going to put them under the Rate Sensei umbrella. I'll talk more about that. If you'd like to be reminded that I'm going live each day, though, you can go ahead and check it out at hmmr.io/reminder. Get a text reminder with the link for Facebook and YouTube to join the show and learn more about Originator Success. I'm going to be clarifying my branding over the upcoming weeks, but basically I've decided to differentiate our product line. And although I have built myself very hard with the brand Originator Success, it's only one of our products. So check it out, though, originatorssuccess.com. Let's say hi to the live folks. Who we got here? Scott Groves, Jiu-Jitsu canceled this morning, so you get to join me live. Well, thanks for being here, dude. Why did Jiu-Jitsu cancel? You don't have to tell me why. Anyway, Nicole Semerad, good morning. Dan Crowley, Rob Stewart, Ron Siegel says it's National Rubber Ducky Day. Reminds me of Bert and Ernie. I have a question of the day for you, though. Here's the question of the day for y'all. Would you rather explore space or the depths of the ocean? Would you rather explore space or the depths of the ocean? For me, I'm going with the ocean. That's my thing. I would go with the ocean. So anyway, who else we got here this morning? Rob Stewart. Good morning, sir. Yeah, we were waiting on you, dude. It's about time you showed up. I wasn't going to make a big thing out of it, but since you did call it out, well, hey. Thomas Holt, good morning. Megan Lindberg, what's going on? Mike Morano, great to see you. Candido Diaz up north. I probably have more snow than you do, Candido. Monica Dinkins, good morning. Bill Stevens, Coach slept in. Whoops. That's funny. And Dan Crowley. All right, cool. So you guys go ahead and put that in, the question of the day, and I'm going to go ahead and get to the other stuff in the meantime. Make sure you answer the question of the day down at the bottom. Would you rather explore space or the depths of the ocean? After we go through everything, I'll go through and we'll chat about your answers and we'll scroll back in. So make sure you go to that and let's go ahead and have some fun with that. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the screens. Let's talk about what's going on in the markets. Quick recap. Friday was a brutal day for mortgage rates. We saw morning rate sheets just totally take it on the chin as the BLS jobs data came out in the morning, which is what we were expecting. And unfortunately, we got exactly what we were looking for there. We really took a beating on that, and bonds have looked worse. You could see here that if we take a look at this chart down here in the bottom right corner, forgive me, I might sneeze for a minute. Hold on a second here. Or I'm going to blow my nose so I don't sneeze. Excuse me. So anyway, if you take a look here, we saw a huge drop. See this drop right here in when the BLS data came out. And then we got a little bit of a recovery, which kind of happens, but then we watched bonds just totally lose ground and worsen through the day. Quite a few reprices worse. And I expected that to happen. I warned that reprice risk was high on Friday, and that's where we were. So rate sheets today, though, are going to be worse than Friday morning. We're seeing, basically because rate sheets on Friday morning came out right around 10 a.m., 10:30, right? And now we're down here. So we're about roughly 20 basis points lower than where we were when pricing came out on Friday. So if you did not get a reprice worse on Friday, expect today's pricing to be much worse. If you did get a reprice on Friday, we've kind of flattened out. It's going to be similar, but it could still be even a little worse than that. Reprice risk on the day today is moderate. Bonds aren't showing any signs of recovering. So right now we're down. Take a look at this together. We're down about 4 basis points. And we could see bonds continue to drift lower. Looking at economic data for the week, there's really not much coming up today. Today, you got consumer inflation expectations, federal budget, but also we do have, we had mortgage-backed securities did they did a rollover. I haven't talked about a rollover in forever because they haven't really been that big. So anyway, Tuesday, January 14th, we are looking at basically the PPI, Producer Price Index, coming out tomorrow. Wednesday, we get the big numbers, the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. And I think they're talking about like a 0.2. They're talking about it being low, which is really that's really bad, because if it comes in higher, we're going to see markets react even stronger. Thursday, you got retail sales data, continued jobless claims, and jobless claims being a big thing, and then just some housing data on Friday. So the big thing, of course, is that data today. Right now, this 10-year Treasury yield 4.79. Now, the outlook is definitely that we could see things continue to get worse from here. I expect to see rates move higher this week. I say could down here, but I expect that they will. If the CPI, and to a much lesser extent the PPI data, shows inflation heating up, it could cause rates to jump up again, and we could see this 10-year Treasury yield even. Let me slide this over so it fits into the screen here. There you go. We could see the 10-year Treasury yield. Seriously, it won't. I don't know why. Some with these charts, they don't. There we go. We can get rid of this too. And then now it won't. What a pain in the ass. Wait, right here. Okay, here you go. So we could see this 10-year Treasury yield test 5.0. One thing to note about this, take a look at some of these headlines. The yields on the benchmark 10-year Treasury bonds rose as much as 4 basis points on Monday to 4.8, the highest level since November of 23. If you remember, October of 23 was when we saw the worst rates that we had seen since back in the aughts, right? Yields on 30-year debt also picked up to a near 5% after breaching that level on Friday for the first time in more than a year. The last time, by the way, that we saw the 10-year kind of test that level of 5 was in October. You could see it if we do this at a 5-year. You can see it back here in April. We were only in the mid 4s. And then back here in October, we were at 4.9192, right? So we tested it back here at that. Before that, the last time we were there, guess when that was? That's right, back in the Great Recession. So this is very a very poor outlook for everything. As far as the Fed outlook goes, take a look here, and then we're going to ask you guys some questions. So taking a look here, the expectation of a January rate cut is almost 0, and it was that way beforehand, right? We had a coin flip for March, and I warned you that when this column of no rate cut would go higher, that mortgage rates would go higher too, and that's exactly what's happened. So this is now at 3/4 expectation that we'll see no cut in March. Honestly, I'm even surprised that there's a 20% expectation that we could see a cut. I'm surprised to see that at all. And then in May, expectations 66%, 2/3 think will still be no rate cut. In June, it's almost a coin flip. Now, I say what's going to happen is I think that we're going to see a shift in conversation over the next few weeks. By the 2nd or 3rd week of February, I think you're going to see talk of rate hikes. It probably won't even take that long. You're going to see a lot more talk of rate hikes than rate cuts. Expectations of where we'll be at the end of the year, markets basically pricing in 1 rate cut by the end of the year, and that would probably come late in the year. And honestly, I don't think this has happened. I don't think this forecast is worth piddly diddly squat. If we do a quick comparison, take a look. I mean, expectations were at 8% a month ago that we would see no rate cuts. And now that's all the way up to 28%. Even if we look at the middle of the year, expectations a month ago, less than 20% expectation that we wouldn't see any more rate cuts. Now that's up almost half. So it's more than doubled. Same thing, as you go down the line. So expectations are that the Fed's not going to make any moves. I wanted to ask you guys, what did you see as far as jumps in your rates? Mortgage News Daily only showed us going from 7.15 to 7.24 on Friday. I would figure that most rate sheets jumped at least a quarter with the movement that we saw. What did you guys see? Was it really this small? It was only about an eighth of a point in rate, or did you see things go higher? And what kind of rates are you quoting right now? Whatever they are, get used to them. These are the rates that we're going to have. Again, the outlook, we could see rates move higher this week. I don't think they're going to move lower. Ron said, what's the market telling us? Once again, the Fed does not know what they're doing. Ron, I think that's unfair. I think that is absolutely unfair. I think the Fed is reacting and acting according to what the overall markets are doing. Remember, when Trump was not expected to win in, when was it, like August, September? And then when expectations became real and the Trump trade took over, and then when he won, it's only gone up since then. This is not politics. I don't need anybody, that you bring up one party or the other and somebody gets offensive and someone else is cheering. And I'm not part of any of that. I don't care. Right. But let's be realistic. The first Trump presidency, we saw mortgage rates jump up tremendously because of his policies and what he does. His policies are strong. They even talk about it in one of these articles here. His policies are very, focused on growing the economy, the jobs, the markets. That's going to cause rates to go up. That's just the downside of what we do. Is it's inverse to what is good for everybody else. If the economy is doing well, if the labor market is doing well, that's great for America, but that's bad for mortgage rates. And that's kind of the thing here. So I don't think it was really the Fed that I think that's kind of thrown them under the bus for that one. They're working on outdated models, not keeping up with the market. That I won't disagree. In the day and age where we have access to data so much faster and also access to different data, right? So I know that you turned me on to Danielle DiMartino Booth. I don't necessarily agree with her here. She's talking, a lot about past models and how these particular models have, come before a recession. And I don't think any of that matters this time around. I really don't. I think, this is what's gotten us in trouble trying to forecast anything up till now, is saying, well, in the past, we've had A, and A plus B equals C. So if we have A and we plus B, we should equal C. Well, instead, we have A plus B equals QRST. We're getting very different results on everything. And the world is changing. AI is, in my opinion, AI is going to be equivalent to the Industrial Revolution. And I'll talk more about that, in a minute. But Heidi said, yes, on the Trump analysis. That's what I've been messaging. Exactly. And again, you have to be careful because it's such a polarizing thing. I was so tired of the polarization. I'm like burnt out. I have to watch because I talk about it objectively and I forget that other people do not. To me, I could, I can separate Trump's policies from Trump's, narcissism. I can separate all the different things. I'm just looking at the whole thing. But I think that we are in a position where, things are changing. Robert locked it at 6.875 with 1-ish point. Randy said, need to balance history with current implications from COVID overkill Fed actions. Yeah, we're still getting repercussions from that, Randy. Absolutely. And more than that, it's just, we're getting changes in a lot of different things. The world is changing very quickly. And all of, what we can look back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, it's different today. This is the post-internet day. It's very different. Robert said, okay, eighth of a jump from Thursday to Friday. Most lenders somewhere closer to a quarter. All right, so that is pretty much what we were seeing. Okay, so let's have some fun and talk about the question of the day, and we'll keep it there. So the question of the day was: would you rather explore space or the depths of the ocean? Me, I'd rather see the ocean. Forgive me, I got to blow my nose in. I'm building a bookcase, and I didn't use proper respiratory stuff. I'm feeling it today. Anyway, Monica Dinkins, she said the ocean. Yep, I'm with you. Dan Crowley, also the ocean. We can all go down there together, y'all. Ron Siegel said neither. He wants to stay on top of the water. You don't want to go to space then? Nicole, do you have to pick? Yep, you got to pick one, Nicole. One or the other. You're only allowed. Good morning, Jake Larson, Bobby Searson. Scott wants to check out the Amazon jungle. That'd be cool. Bobby Searson wants to go to space. She's going with Mallory Fodiatis. Thomas Hull also getting on board. He's going to space. Pat Tenney says space because it's so spacious. And are we really the only ones out here? I don't know. Is there really a here? Is the Earth really flat? Did we land on the moon? Giddy up, Randy Tickle. Randy's happy here on terra firma. So the Fed did nothing. 2021, the market ballooned. They acted too late, and the market moved opposite of the Fed. Yeah. Market was stable. The Fed starts to cut. The market moves dramatically. We could have fun and talk about that. Yeah, Scott, you can get shirts that made that. I don't know that. I don't blame the Fed, but that's just I know I'm the lower one. Good morning, Jessica Wells, Thomas Wolf. Answer the question of the day: would you rather explore space or the depths of the ocean? Robert, let's figure out what we have on Earth before we explore foreverness. Yeah, exactly. I'm with you. Nicole Semerad, space. You're going. You want to go to space? Good morning, Brandy Brickler and Heidi. Yep. We talked. You'd rather see Nemo than Matt Damon. That's funny, Tom. And congratulations. Didn't you just join Originator Success? I think I saw your name on there. If you did, congratulations. I think you'll love it. Good morning, Lisa. I hope you are doing well, my friend. Great to see you. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm not going to go too deep on the other stuff we're going to go into. So, again, the outlook remains, I'm reading what Ron wrote here, though. Certainly, there's a summary of the average 30-year fixed mortgage rates from January 17 to 21. Yes, but I would argue. Yeah, I know where these are Freddie Mac rates, so they don't count points and fees, so they're low. We would put them up a little bit, but even that, there's arguments. I could show you one of these charts, which was the U.S. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I had so many things up here. Where the U.S. economy compared to the global economies, and we've just post-COVID, we've just taken off. That's where I think our markets have been better than anyone else. So, but again, just to reiterate, although it doesn't make me popular, I'm going to go ahead and throw it on there. The advice remains to lock everything. There's currently no light at the end of the tunnel. The outlook is we could see rates continue to move higher this week, especially on Wednesday when that CPI data comes out. There's no sign of a recovery right now. I would be locking in. So, yeah, I'm looking at your comments. So, all right, my friends, I'll see you guys tomorrow.